My next guest is an orthopedic and trauma surgeon. I'm going to let him tell you a little bit more about his job before we dive into the interview. Here we go.
I'm Dr. Wamutito Maina. I'm an orthopedic and trauma surgeon. I work here, Nairobi Spine and Orthopedic Center. We are a single specialty orthopedic group practice. We have over 15 orthopedic surgeons, all with various subspecialty interests, and it's really the first of its kind in the region, where a group of orthopedic surgeons have come together, all with different subspecialties, and are able to work together as a team. We also offer laboratory services. We have a fully fledged pharmacy and an imaging center as well, and a physiotherapy service dedicated to orthopedic and trauma. We also offer training for postgraduate students, where a postgraduate student can be attached to one of the senior orthopedic surgeons for training in various subspecialties, for example, foot and ankle, spine training. We also offer training to undergraduate students, where we give them tutorials.
All right, so Dr. Wamutito, so tell me about the moment you decided to be an orthopedic surgeon. Do you remember how old you were, or where in your life that was?
Yeah, I remember. I was about I think 26 years old.
Okay.
I was working as a medical officer in Kabarnet. That's in Baringo County.
Okay.
I just finished my internship, and I think what used to happen then was the government would post you to any public hospital within the province that you are working in. So I got a posting to Kabarnet District Hospital, and initially I was very scared.
Yeah, why?
I had never been to Baringo.
Okay.
I think the farthest I'd been was Nakuru.
Okay.
So I went there, and I mean, we had all these other specialities. We had obstetricians, general surgeons, we had physicians, but we really didn't have a plan for patients who had orthopedic injuries. Okay. Of course, the general surgeons would try and do as much as they could, but most of the time we had to refer the patients either to KNH, which is very far,
yeah,
or to MTRH,
yeah,
which was slightly closer. So that's the point at which I decided that
this is the branch of medicine that you want to step into.
Yeah.
So at, say, age 12, what did you want to be then?
Wow. I think I went through the motions
cycles,
like every other boy would. I think at some point I wanted to be a pilot.
Okay.
Then I wanted to be a computer, an IT.
Yeah. So when did medicine become of interest to you?
I think medicine became an interest once I was in high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you realized,
I think I was a bit more mature then, and yeah.
How many years does it take in order for someone to be an orthopedic surgeon?
In total?
Yeah.
Because how initially you'd have to do your undergraduate degree.
Right.
It's about 5 or 6 years, depending on the institution. Then you'd have to do 1 year of internship. Okay, so that makes about 6 years. Then probably 6-7 years. Work for about 1 or 2 years.
Okay.
Before you go back for your postgraduate training now in orthopedic surgery, which is about 5 years. Okay.
Okay.
That's so that makes about almost 12 years.
12, 13.
Then before you get your license from the board is another 1 or 2 years. So that's how long it takes.
Oh my God. I don't know why I'm laughing, but I'm kind of panicking a little. That is, you have got to have that fire in your belly for you to follow in this career path. You need to be so determined and so sure that this is what you want. Because what you're saying is that it could take 15 years.
Easily, yeah.
15 years.
Before you have the license to practice orthopedic surgery, yeah.
Oh my God, that number is, insane to me, considering there's some careers in which you just need to take like a And it's not to diminish them, but it's like a 9-month course, even 6-month course, and you are qualified to step into that career path. But then again, you are cutting up bodies and getting in there. So I would hope that you do take your time to understand that. So without diving too much into your salary, I would be curious to know, given that you've dedicated half your life, not you, but like an orthopedic surgeon. So if someone spends 15 years or so studying and mastering this skill, what do they expect to earn? What are the average? Is there an average salary, like minimum, maximum? Because maybe after this, there might be some people who are like, I quit today. I'm about to put in my 15 years starting now. So what are we working with?
I think, I mean, of course, you need to know how much and how lucrative it is.
Yeah.
But generally, medicine should is not, the money is not, should not be the motivating, the motivation, because after 15 years, you probably now be, I mean, you'll be very much behind your friends who are probably did other courses, because they've been in the job market for maybe almost 10 years after you finished your initial degree. So I'll tell you what one of our lecturers would tell us. Yeah. If money is your motivator, then you're in the wrong profession. Okay. However, once you finished your masters, once you're a qualified orthopedic surgeon, then you'll be comfortable. Yeah.
Okay, comfortable. That's what we're going with. But that's an interesting point that you've just made in understanding that you'll be watching your peers, people that you kind of left high school with, start their careers, buy their cars, and meanwhile you're just fully focused on this. So you really have to be, that's a good point.
You really have to be very dedicated, yes.
Respect that it shouldn't be about the money. Although I imagine you'd be, like you just said, you're going to be comfortable afterwards. But that you need to be in it for the right reasons because you're genuinely passionate about it. So I know that you've taken a special interest in spine surgery and prevention of sporting injuries. So what does your day-to-day look like? What does it? What do you do as an orthopedic and trauma surgeon? Can you take me through the process of you've got a patient and what do you do?
Okay. So I think that I would probably categorize patients into two. Okay. So there are the outpatient clients who walk into your clinic, and there are patients now who are already admitted in hospital. Okay. Most of the patients we have are probably the outpatients. Okay, so you're seated in the clinic, patient walks in, of course you take a short history, find out what the problem is, and for most of our patients in orthopedics, pain is usually the main reason why they come to us, pain and deformity. Okay, so you want to try and delve a bit more into their life and see how this pain is affecting their day-to-day life. Okay, because they're otherwise okay. I mean, they're physically they're fine. Okay, but they're having this pain that probably is disturbing them, and they're unable to attend to their day-to-day activities. Then, of course, from that, now we decide what type of investigations to do, get to the bottom of this pain. That could be imaging, X-rays, MRIs, and all that. Sometimes we do also blood tests. Okay, find out if there could be anything else. Okay, then from there now we formulate an action plan. Okay, in terms of how best do we help the patient deal with the pain.
Yeah. Great. So do you perform surgery every day in your career? Because you've been an orthopedic surgeon for 3 years now, right?
Yeah.
So is that something that you go in and you know on average maybe 5, 6, 7 days a week you're going to be performing surgery?
Yeah, perform surgery quite a lot. Yeah.
What besides a 15-year education, what else does it take to to be an orthopedic surgeon? What are the other things, maybe less so hard skills, but maybe soft skills or just something different? What do you need in order to be successful at this?
I think first you need the passion. Okay. You need to probably understand your patients very well and understand what exactly is bothering them.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I said that the most of the biggest complaint we receive is pain. Okay. And sometimes you may be able to alleviate the pain, but you need to also understand how is this pain affecting their day-to-day activities, and that way you'll be able to formulate a plan that doesn't always include surgery.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if surgery is one of the options, then yeah.
Okay, then you go for it.
Then you go for it. Yeah.
So you must speak, I mean, in your profession, you must end up speaking to a lot of people who have gone through tremendous amount of trauma in their lives. How do you make sure that you don't walk out of your office with that trauma kind of affecting you or lingering in your space, in your heart, in your soul? Have you formulated a plan in which you're able to separate?
It's quite hard to separate because you're dealing with a human being, and of course most of the time you will identify with some of the challenges that they're facing. Yeah. and some of the pain that they're having. So it's sometimes it's very hard to completely separate. Okay. So I wouldn't say that it doesn't affect you at all. Yeah. Of course, there are times you'll think about it and you'll be empathetic and all that. Yeah.
What do you find the most fulfilling about your profession?
Most fulfilling is when patient comes back 2 weeks later, maybe had surgery, and 2 weeks later and they're happy. They're genuinely very happy. Yeah. With the outcome.
Yeah.
And that brings joy.
I can imagine just knowing that you've been able to change someone's life, or you've been a part of that journey to completely shift their worlds from one of pain and suffering to alleviating that and just a calm. Wow.
And pain really affects even the psychological, psychological well-being of the patient. Yeah.
Yeah. And inversely, what do you find to be the most difficult part of your job?
I think the most difficult part is when you're not able to offer a proper solution. Okay. And sometimes that happens where maybe patient has pain, but you're probably, through your interventions, through surgery, through medication, you're not able to completely offer them a permanent solution to their pain, and that, yeah.
Yeah. So have you found a way in order to not attach that to how successful you are as a doctor or how good a day was? Have you been able to separate so that you know, I did my best, that's all I could do? Or do you kind of carry that with you sometimes?
Of course, as a doctor, you always try to do your best.
Yeah.
But there are times you wonder, is there anything that you could do differently? Was there anything, so you always have to keep reading and consulting your colleagues, find out, is there anything else that I could do for this patient?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. There's a heaviness or like a depth to this industry that sometimes can be, kind of glamorized as, oh, he's a surgeon, wow. I think that glamorization sometimes takes away from how difficult and how heavy your job can be.
Yeah, because patients lay all their hopes on you when they come with pain. They're literally giving you their lives, and they're like, you just sort this out for me, please.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
I have so much respect for you. So thank you so much, Dr. Wamutito. This was an eye-opener.